UFC 323 was a generational card. A generational card. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the next matchups to make for some of the winners, losers, drawers of UFC 323. We're going to go through some of the matchups. I don't have every single fighter here, but I have most of the winners. I have most of the important winners. I'm trying to get the guys that I want to see a fun next matchup or a matchup where we're seeing them go up the rankings. I'll still talk about some of the losers, but we're going to get it started with the main event, and then we're just going to make our way down. Before we go ahead and get into the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get it started with the masterclass that was Petr Yan's performance against Merab. He was a plus 400 underdog. He was completely counted. I counted him out completely counted him out, and he showed levels. He looked great. He looked phenomenal. Arguably won 4 of the 5 rounds. I believe he won at least 4 of the rounds. I think he was up 4 rounds going into that 5th round, honestly. I think he won almost every single round. Yan looked phenomenal. He looked great. He hurt Merab multiple times. He dealt an immense amount of damage. His jab was straight money. It was beautiful. His jab was beautiful. His takedown defense was perfect. His body kicks were nasty. He was digging to Merab's body, and that's what you do to a guy that has crazy cardio like Merab. I mean, Merab kept coming forward. He was like a zombie, even bleeding and busted up. In the 5th round, he was still marching forward, but Yan slowed him down and stopped him with those body kicks, with those shots to the body. The liver shots were really nasty by Yan. Very well done. Yan gets a 5-round decision, gets his belt back, and it is new. It is new, and I think there is a matchup that we should make. Obviously, I think Merab is deserving to have a rematch with Yan, but I think he should take time off. This was another scenario where we saw a guy who tried to make it 4 times in 1 year, who tried to push his luck, and it didn't work, man. I mean, Merab's got great cardio. He was in great shape coming in, but 4 times in 1 year is a bit too much. It's a bit too much. We saw it with RDR. It was too much. The weight cuts, the constantly being in there, the constantly being in training camp. It's a lot of demand on your body. So I think Merab should take time off. I think we should see Yan defend his belt in 2026 in like March or April. I'm thinking March, April, May, sometime around there, and then we see Merab maybe come back in the summertime and fight the winner of this fight. I'm going to get into it. Yan versus Umar. It's what I want to see. Yan versus Umar is what I want to see. I think it's what the people will want to see as well. Yan is obviously just gotten the belt, and he's never fought Umar. Umar is fighting Figueiredo in about a month in January. He's fighting Figueiredo. I think that's a very winnable matchup for Umar Nurmagomedov. He'll be on a 2-fight win streak since losing to Merab in a pretty close fight. Everybody says Merab dominated him, but Umar did win the first 2 rounds of that fight and then lost the next 3. So this is a compelling fight. It's a great fight to make, and I think Petr Yan can win this fight. So do I think Umar can also win this fight. This is going to be a close, competitive fight between 2 Russian guys that are really good, the highest level of bantamweight. We do not want to see Sean O'Malley get a 3rd fucking title shot. He's not getting a title shot. I don't give a shit. If he beats Song Yudong by decision, even by knockout, we're not giving O'Malley a title shot, buddy. Get out of here. All right, you're not getting the rematch with Yan. You're not getting that rematch after that split decision robbery over Yan. I'd much rather see a fresh matchup like Umar versus Petr Yan. That is a great matchup. I think you do it in April or May. I think is a great time for that to happen. As long as Umar wants to make a quick turnaround, after Ramadan, I think this is the fight to make. It's going to be a compelling fight, a very fun fight. Yan just showed that he is still that level. He's having a second resurgence in his career. Went on a loss streak after losing the title with the knee, the illegal knee to Aljo, and then everything seemed to be unraveling. But now he's on a 4-fight win streak, got his belt back. This is the fight to make. We're going to move on though to the co-main event. Fuck, man. The co-main event. Fuck. I don't even know. I was so upset about this. Pantoja should not have messed up his legacy like that. It's not his fault, but it should not have ended up like that. It ruins everything, in my opinion. It ruins everything. I'm pissed off. I was completely mad. That's why I didn't do a recap last night. I was pissed off. This was a great card, but Pantoja breaking or dislocating his arm in the first round against Joshua Van, only 20 seconds in, completely tainted everything. Then Joshua Van hops up on the fence, starts doing his hammers on his chest, pretending like he just flatline KO'd one of the greatest flyweights of all time. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. We hate to see it. We hate to see it. A GOAT like that in Pantoja going out like that, losing his belt like that is just terrible. You can guarantee he's going to get that immediate title rematch, but He is probably going to need surgery. He's probably going to need time off. I hate that Joshua Van is probably going to get a title defense against somebody that's not Pantoja, because Pantoja does probably need surgery. So Joshua Van's going to be fighting Tatsuro Taira. This is the matchup to make. Both of them just fought in the same card. Taira got a big win over Brandon Moreno. I almost mixed them up, the two Brandons. Over Brandon Moreno, knockout in the second round. You know, people say early stoppage, whatever, but Moreno wasn't moving. So I think it was a good win by Taira. Obviously, Van didn't get a good win over Pantoja, but he did win. He is the champion. He's got to defend the belt before Pantoja comes back, unless Pantoja comes back before and he's healthy and he's fully 100%, but I don't see that happening. So I think we can expect Van versus Taira before summertime. Again, same time around when Jan and Umar might fight. So I think Van versus Taira is the fight to make. It's a really fun fight. I think Taira probably wins the fight, honestly. His back take is so good. His grappling is too good. But it would be a really fun fight with two guys that are in their 20s, their mid-20s, not even. Two guys that I think are born in the 2000s, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure if Taira is born in the 2000s or if he's like just before the 2000s, but it'd be a very, very fun matchup, a very fun main event. Sucks for Pantoja. Really, really feel for him, feel for his family. I hope he comes back bigger, stronger, feeling better, getting the rematch with Van or fighting Taira. Whoever wins this fight, Pantoja gets that fight. Guaranteed Pantoja gets that fight. It just depends when he comes back. But Van versus Taira is the matchup to make in the meantime while Pantoja recovers. But we're going to move on to the what was it? Feature fight? Not the feature fight. No, the feature fight, Brandon Moreno. I didn't put him here, honestly, because I don't really know what to do with Moreno. He's like so close to the top, but at the same time, he's like not cracking that barrier. So I don't know what to do with Moreno for now. We're going to move on to Peyton Talbot, though, because I'm going to talk about some guys that are coming off big wins on this card, or guys that, you know, have a good potential. And I think Peyton Talbot has that. He just destroyed Henry Cejudo, and you can't even pretend like that fight was close. He dominated Henry Cejudo, boxed him up, boxed his face, got him down to the mat, took him down, beat him up, had him bloody. Beautiful, perfect performance from Peyton Talbot, in my opinion. He was straight up mogging Henry Cejudo in his retirement, but credit to Triple C for going out like that. That was a great retirement fight, honestly, even though he didn't win and he was bloody and he's bruised by the end. He went out with a bang. That should have been arguably the second fight of the night. There should have been multiple fight of the nights, not just the main event. But it was a great fight. It was a great fight, and Peyton Talbot got the better of it. Bigger, longer, more dangerous, almost finished Henry Cejudo multiple times with the knee, with the overhand right. Like, he was cracking Cejudo. This was a great performance from Peyton Talbot, and it showed us that he is ready for the top 15, for the top 10. I think he's going to be ranked number 10, and I have a perfect fight in mind, a perfect fighter to go along with him that's going to make a great, fun fight, and that is Marlon Chito Vera. I know Chito's on a 3-fight losing streak, so he needs to fight down, and I think this is a scrap. Nobody can pretend like this isn't perfect matchmaking. This is GOAT matchmaking. Peyton Talbot versus Chito Vera is a striking delight. It's a striking delight. Chito arguably beat Amin Zahabi. He made a close decision in Canada. What do you expect, buddy? I was there live. Like, lock in, Chito, lock in, put some pressure on him, try to finish him. He almost finished Amin Zahabi. He's dangerous. He's fast. He's got power in his hands, and so does Peyton Talbot. So this is a striking delight, a perfect fight to put on a main card of a pay-per-view, to put even as a maybe a co-main or a main event of a fight night. This is a great fight. I'd love to see this in 2026. I think this is the next matchup for both guys because Chito has to defend his spot, and Peyton's on the come-up. Great performance against Henry Cejudo. Really, really good performance. I'm not trying to glaze too hard. Frank Ocean did well, though. Frank Ocean did very well, so I think that's the next matchup. Peyton Talbot versus Chito Vera. I'd love to see it. We move on, though, to Bogdan Guskov. Draw against Jan Blachowicz. I didn't put Jan here because another thing is, Jan's 42. Honestly, I know he drew this fight and he could get another one, but I think Jan should retire. And people are going to call me crazy because he looked good in that third round, but that second round, he took so much damage. I just don't want to see Jan take more damage and go out 42, 43 years old with CTE, with bad brain damage, I don't want to see it. Bogdan Guskov's still young. He's got a big career ahead of him. And a draw against Jan Blachowicz is not bad at all. I mean, fucking Magomed Ankalaev went to a draw with Jan. Alex Pereira barely beat Jan. Carlos Ulberg barely beat Jan, right? Like, these are very close competitive fights with Jan Blachowicz, who's still competitive at 42, but I just don't think he should keep fighting and risk getting more trauma and more head injuries. But Bogdan Guskov, I'd like to see him fight somebody else, not as highly ranked as Jan, because clearly it doesn't seem like he can get past that yet, but there is somebody I do have in mind, and that's going to be Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill. And it's going to be sweet dreams for you, buddy. It's going to be sweet dreams. I think Bogdan Guskov would flatline Jamal Hill. I think it's a great fight, though. This is a great fight night main event or an Apex main event. This would be a sneaky Apex main event. I'd like this. Honestly, I'd like to chuck this one in the Apex. I'm not mad at this Apex main event. Bogdan Guskov, Jamal Hill. I think it's a really good fight. I know Jamal Hill is going to be out for a long time, for a bit of 2026, but Bogdan took a lot of damage against Jan in that third round. He's busted up. He's bleeding. So I think he's going to take some time as well. And then book this one halfway or like nearing the end of 2026. Well, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Even put in the Apex. I wouldn't even be mad. Guaranteed knockout in this one in the main event for sure. 5 rounds, guaranteed knockout. I think this is a fun fight. I think it's a bit of a step down for Bogdan compared to Jan, at least. I think Jamal Hill is a much more winnable fight for Bogdan, and Jamal Hill could also chin Bogdan because we saw him get caught against Jan. So I think both guys would be interested in this. I think it's a fun matchup, guaranteed finish. Book it in 2026, late 2026. I'm fine with it. I think it's a really good matchup. We're going to move on, though, to another winner, Manuel Torres. I fucking told you guys. I told you guys. Grant Dawson got chinned from a King Green jab. A King Green jab. Manuel Torres is bigger than King Green, faster than King Green, more powerful than King Green. It was just about time, man. And the second you saw Grant Dawson go in and go, oh, and loop that shot and just turn his back, trying to not get hit, I was like, okay, yeah, man, it's just about time before Manuel finds that shot. So beautiful combination. He caught him with the right hook, and then the check uppercut, very, very sharp from Manuel Torres, drops Dawson in the first round, finishes him. After a little bit of calculation, a little bit of back and forth, Manuel just unloads a combo, and that's the difference between Dawson and Manuel. Manuel's got power in his hands. He's going to unload a combination. Even though he does overthrow, if he connects, he's putting you out, especially on a guy like Grant Dawson who has a fucking weak chin. I'm not going to lie, he's got a weak chin. So Manuel Torres is now ranked. He's going to be number 13 come Tuesday. And I think there's a good matchup to make for him in the rankings because Manuel Torres is very fun. And we know that the UFC wants to build up these Mexicans. They really push for Brandon Moreno, right? They're really pushing for Diego Lopez and making him a Mexican and all this. And Yair Rodriguez got so much glaze. So they love the Mexicans. Let's just call it what it is. They want the Mexican fan base, and they're going to Mexico in 2026. It's already confirmed. I think it's in February. So put Torres on that card, either co-main event, feature fight, doesn't matter. He's going to be ranked, and I think you put him against Renato Moicano. Okay, Moicano needs to defend his fucking spot. He needs to stop sitting on his ass. He lost to Unk Dariush. He lost to the pound for pound number 1, Islam Makhachev, and now he's just sitting on his butt, like picking and choosing who he wants to fight. Put Moicano against Manuel Torres. This is a win-win. Either you're getting a classic money Moicano on the mic, hey, money, where's my money, big money, all this shit, whatever, or you get Manuel Torres just starching Moicano in the first round, and then boom, your fucking lightweight Mexican prospect, all first round knockouts is here. You know what I mean? Like that. This is a win-win scenario in my opinion. It's a great fight, very competitive fight early. I think Manuel Torres would probably chin the fuck out of Renato Moicano. He got caught by Dariush. He's been caught by Islam. Like, I think Manuel Torres would chin Renato Moicano. So that's a win for the UFC. This is a win-win matchup in my opinion. Put this on the Mexico card, and if Moicano says no, threaten to cut him because he's just sitting on his ass. Make this fight. This is the fight to make. Manuel is so dangerous, so much fun, fireworks, bringing a new thing to lightweight. I like Manuel Torres, so I think you book him against Moicano and call it a day, man. I think Manuel starches him, but it's a really good fight. We'll move on, though, to Chris Duncan. My boy, the problem. I told you guys, Chris Duncan. You can't trust Terrence McKinney, and even though Duncan was eating some bad shots, the guy has heart. He's got insane heart. He said in the post-fight interview, his mom passed away when he was younger. I think she got murdered or something. I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to talk about all that. But, respect to Chris Duncan. He goes out there, he fights his fight. He's a dog. He's got so much heart. And he's on a sneaky good win streak right now at lightweight, beating big prospects like Jordan Vucenic, subbing him, what's his name? The Blazioki, subbing Blazioki with the guillotine, nasty guillotine against Vucenic, and then destroying Matus Rebecki in the Apex. Big back and forth bloody fight, and then he just beat Terrence McKinney, who's like a huge test for most guys, and he got through him with the elbow and then subbing him with an anaconda choke. So I think you give Chris Duncan that step up. I think he deserves it. He's on a sneaky good win streak. He's Scottish. There's not many Scots on the UFC roster anymore since Paul Craig's retired. So get Chris Duncan up there. And I think you put him up against Ignacio Bahamondes. Bahamondes is like number 15 right now. He just lost to Fiziev. You know, he was on a good little win streak before that. Beat Jalen Turner, right? That was a good win for him. Got him ranked. But then he lost to Fiziev. I think you book this fight. This is a great fight. You know, Ignacio needs to hold his spot a little bit. He showed he didn't get past that top 10 area, losing to Fiziev. So Chris Duncan versus Ignacio Bahamondes, guaranteed fireworks. I think we're going to see a finish or of some sorts, or it's going to be a striking matchup. You know, Chris Duncan guillotine, we'll see, or an Ignacio Bahamondes spinning wheel kick, chins Chris Duncan. You know, like this is a very fun, compelling matchup. You know, put it on a fight night. I think it's a really good fight, even a pay-per-view. It's pay-per-view worthy, honestly. I really like Chris Duncan. He's got a lot of heart, a lot of dog in him, and every single one of his fights are entertaining. So make this fight, Ignacio versus Chris Duncan. I think it's a great fight to make. We'll move on, though, to another lightweight banger. Fares Siam versus Nazim Sadikov. Fares Siam showed levels. He dominated Nazim Sadikov, and I picked Sadikov. I thought Sadikov was a sneaky underdog. I thought he did really well in his UFC fight so far, and he looked great. But Fares Siam is very, very good, very technical, very sharp. I mean, I've been picking Ziam as well. I've been on the Ziam side, and Ziam chinned Nazim Sadikov's partner or his training partner, Matt Frivola, and then he just chinned Nazim Sadikov. So crazy win by Fares Siam. He got the double elbow at the end of that. Was the end of the second round? Yeah, I think double elbow up against the fence, bang, bang, and then just hammered away for the TKO win. Really nice win by Fares Siam. Breakout performance. Give this guy a ranked opponent no matter what. I saw an interview. He was talking with the matchmakers. He's getting a ranked opponent next. He said the matchmaker said he's getting one, and I think there is one that will be fireworks. That's a great fight. That's a very compelling fight. Michael Chandler. Conor McGregor, I'll see you at the top. Yeah, fuck that shit. You're not seeing Conor McGregor at the top. There's leaks that Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler are fighting at the White House. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. So, book Fares Siam versus Michael Chandler. This is a great fight. Chandler shouldn't even be ranked number 10, but he currently is. He currently is, or number 11. And Ziam deserves a step up. Definitely. He's on a 6 or 7 fight win streak. Sorry, my bad. Chill. 6 or 7 fight win streak. And I think it's a 7-fight win streak. And he deserves a ranked opponent, without a doubt. A lot of these lightweights deserve ranked opponents. They did really well. All of them got finishes. Jalen Turner, Manuel Torres, Chris Duncan, and Fares Siam. All of them. I mean, I would love to match them up against each other, but I'd like to see some other matchups first. And I think all of them deserve ranked opponents. So give Fares Siam, Michael Chandler. The guy's on his way out. He's just lost to Paddy Pimblett, got dominated, you know, and he needs to show that he's still deserving to even be in the top 10 or even top 15. So this is a great fight. I think it's going to be a very fun fight. You know, Michael Chandler's going to bring a fun fight no matter what. Like, even if he's not highly ranked, even if he's not fighting for the belt, he'll still be going, I'll see you at the top. You know, like, it's still fun. It's still fun. It's entertaining. Put it in Paris. Put it in fucking Paris. Put Chandler in enemy territory in Paris in September. I want to see it. I want to see Michael Chandler in enemy territory fighting a Frenchman. It's going to be very entertaining. We'll move on, though, to the next one, Bruno Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira also just got himself ranked, beat the immovable force of Marvin Vettori, hit him with some fucking huge shots. Hit him with such huge shots, and he just ate him. Marvin Vettori just ate him. He's like, oh. He's just eating them. He doesn't give a shit. So Bruno Ferreira gets the win by decision, his first decision win, because Marvin Vettori is an absolute blockhead. But I think Bruno Ferreira showed that he's got the cardio, that he's got the striking to hang with some of these guys, and now he's top 15 level. So I'd like to see Bruno Ferreira get a little bit of a step up. Nothing crazy, because I don't think he beats these top 10 guys just yet. But there's a matchup in the middleweight division that I think is very fun. Bruno Ferreira versus Roman Dolidze. Blockhead versus blockhead. This is a blockhead matchup. Bruno Ferreira is taking the Marvin Vettori torch. He's bringing the Marvin Vettori energy in for Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze 3, the matchup we've all been waiting for. I'm just fucking kidding, but basically, you could chuck this in the Apex. Put it in the Apex. Bruno Ferreira, Roman Dolidze, main event. It's basically like Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze 3, main event in the Apex. Come on, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Do it. Come on, UFC. If you guys are watching, put this shit in the Apex main event. But Bruno Ferreira, Roman Dolidze, blockhead matchup. Big overhand rights is all we're going to be watching. Big overhand rights, big overhand lefts, meaty hooks, blobbing out in this. It's going to be a good fight. I think it's a good fight. I don't really know what else to do with Roman Dolidze anyway. I don't know who else is for him. He just got destroyed by Anthony Hernandez. So I think it's a good fight. You know, he just lost his last fight. Bruno Ferreira's on a little win streak. Book these two. This is a blockhead matchup. Very fun. Going to be a lot of fun. Main event in the Apex. I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be mad. We've seen worse main event Apex in the Apex this year. You know, this wouldn't be bad, man. Bruno Ferreira, actually, it would be pretty bad. It would be pretty bad. Co-main event. Sorry, let's settle co-main event of an Apex main event. All right, or co-main event of an Apex card. Let's run it. But these are all my next matchups to make for UFC 323. I didn't talk about every single fighter, but a lot of the winners. You know, a lot of guys that I really want to see like jump up the rankings, jump up jump the rankings a little bit, you know, and it sucks for Pantoja. I really want to see Pantoja get redemption because Joshua Van should not have been celebrating the way he did. I know he changed his family's life and stuff, but celebrating like that after seeing, you know, one of the GOATs of flyweight get injured, and it's just shitty. It's really shitty. And then the Jan Glazers, the Jan sexuals are having an absolute field day. Destroyed Marab, great. Overall, like 9.5 out of 10 card. If Pantoja didn't get injured, it'd be a 10 out of 10 card. It would be a 10 out of 10 card, genuinely. Finishes in almost every fight, scraps in almost every fight. Like, this was a great card, a great pay-per-view, a final pay-per-view of all time. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop it down in the comments what you guys think about my next fights to make, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you.